Welcome to Media Moses Weekly, the weekly roundup of articles from our own Media Moses and from relevant entertainment news around the world. Topics this week include Joseph of Egypt, now in development, an Angel and Wonder Project team up for Young Washington. But for now, what media experiences have you had this week, Rebecca?
Hmm. Well, since you asked, we've been moving forward with publishing our daughter's book, which is called Boxland.
Foxland.
Yeah, and so we have some amazing friends who are printers in the area, and so we are printing 100 copies. And we're
Yeah.
really excited about it. Yeah, this is just a really cute kind of kind of like um, deep story that our daughter did called Boxland. I
Mm.
guess I won't go into it too much, but it kind of fits a little bit in your title that you have for for your video.
Oh, yeah. She
Um,
just naturally does that, doesn't she?
yes, yes. Building realities in different realms. So,
See, that's what I think. That's more how to describe it, I think, than deep. Deep. I wouldn't describe it as deep, more of like natural world building.
yeah,
And, you know, I guess you can look at world building as deep if you want to, but I just think it's good storytelling and sweet and cute. She's a natural at it. So might as well start her out young doing this kind of thing, giving her confidence that she could do these things. And I think that's exciting to support her in that.
yeah, yeah, it is exciting. And she's done a lot of, I mean, she did all of the art on the computer, and then we kind
Mhm.
of helped her to organize the story a little bit. It's just exciting. We're really excited about it. I guess we're going to do a GoFundMe campaign. Is
A
that
crowd
it?
a crowd fund, but we haven't decided which service to use. It could be Kickstarter or Indiegogo or GoFundMe, as you said. We probably are not going to do like one like a comic book one or anything like that. It's probably like, and as you say, it probably will end up being a GoFundMe, but it might also be one of the other two.
Yeah. So I don't know anything about those. So it will be exciting to learn.
Yeah, yeah. And so we're hoping to, if we're gonna, I don't think we're gonna sell all 100. We'll probably sell about 80 of them, is my guess, so that we keep a few of them. Not too many details on that yet. We still have to decide some things. But I'm just glad because this is something we're able to move forward on, even though I'm out of town right now. Rebecca pushed it over the finish line. Thank you, Rebecca. And as you said, we did put the pieces together for her to make this book. So you could call us the publisher, editor. We did a little bit of editing on it and helped make sure that it could become a book. Like all the pieces were put in place. But she essentially did all the artwork. And she's invented these wobbly wobs, so it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of a first step in an introduction to uh, for us, or this world of publishing and printing, and also for her, and yeah, and crowdfunding and all of these things. So yeah, we're excited.
Exciting new journey. And in the back of the book, this is one thing we got to add, isn't it? In the back of the book, it tells about who Violet is, but also it already tells you the three books she wants to do next.
Yes.
So you're going to be able to see the cover, the kind of the place card cover she has now, small like little covers in the back um, of what the next books are going to be. And we're not going to tell you what they are yet. You'll have to get one to find out what they are.
Yeah,
So that'll be exciting.
yeah, yeah. It'll certainly be confidence boosting for her.
So if nobody's noticed yet, I'm in a different location. As I stated, Rebecca pushed this over the finish line because I was out of town. And right now we're looking at the location for Media Moses to be moved. And we're looking at a physical brick and mortar for the company and for our other venture as well, which we will talk about in the future. Are you excited about it?
I'm so excited about it. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. It's so different from things that we've talked about in the past, but at the same time, it's so us.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and it feels like a perfect fit for our family and for our lifestyle. Our
yep.
lifestyle.
Whatever you call that, it's
That
yeah,
sounds so
it's good
funny.
for us.
Um,
Yeah.
our lifestyle of talking and reading, talking about reading
No, no.
and drinking coffee.
Yeah, yeah, don't give too many hints, but yeah, it's yeah, we have a homeschool lifestyle and we want to do things ourselves and run our own company and make a service to the community. So we really care about that. And but we're not going to tell you a lot of details yet because it's still in the works. It might fall through. We'll see. Um, and but if it does happen, man, you're gonna be seeing some pictures coming up. It's gonna be great. So I'm out of town looking at property, and hopefully, if this works out and all the inspections go through, then we'll be moving in the next few months. It's kind of exciting. So we'll see. So back to the story here. Meeting Moses Weekly. We have two other bits of news. We have Joseph of Egypt now in development. So if you're aware, Joseph of Egypt is 5 and 2's Joseph project. They've called it Joseph of Egypt, and Screen Rant here reports the Chosen Creator's new biblical drama is coming to Amazon. The Chosen Creator, Dallas Jenkins, is developing a new biblical series with Amazon, widening the scope of religious stories for the studio. Amazon holds exclusive streaming rights and theatrical distribution rights to the religious series The Chosen, season 5, having recently begun on Prime Video. The religious series was created by Jenkins through 5 and 2 Studios, which has a multi-year deal with Amazon involving their successful series. The show has continued to be a success and plans through season 7 to be made as initially envisioned when the series first began. Now, Variety reports that Jenkins will be developing a new show in partnership with Amazon titled Joseph of Egypt. The series will adapt Joseph's story from the book of Genesis, which sees him sold into slavery in Egypt by his brothers only to earn favor due to his ability to interpret dreams. Writer and executive producer Craig Wright is also attached, with the series being produced by 5 and 2 Studios as expected to premiere on Prime Video. It says this isn't the only new biblical series Jenkins has been involved with for Prime Video. So let's just say Prime Video's successful House of David TV show involved the Wonder Project, who really is the producer of the project, to which Dallas Jenkins serves as a special advisor. Okay, that makes sense. That newest show has already been renewed for season 2, while Joseph of Egypt indicates how much Amazon is tapping into their successful religious TV series market. As of writing, it's unclear whether the series will be multiple seasons or self-contained story. As far as I know, Joseph was going to be only one season, but I could be wrong. That's, of course, my own opinion. The story of Joseph is one that could be adapted into a small scale story, especially since he appears in a relatively small but important part of the Book of Genesis. While cast and production details have yet to be revealed, the new series emphasizes how the partnership between Amazon and 5 and 2 Studios is going to yield more shows as time goes on. In 2024, Jenkins spoke of wanting to create a Moses series with multiple seasons. Yes. Our take on Joseph's of Egypt's development. With it going into development, it seems like Prime Video is slowly building its catalog of original religious TV series. It's funny that they call it religious. Generally, it's called faith-based. The genre is called faith-based. While it's unclear how far away production for the show is, the continued expansion of biblical shows on the platform means The Chosen won't be Jenkins' only project for them much longer. As they stated, Jenkins was also involved with House of David. And we've reported in the past what upcoming shows they have planned. Yes, they also have Book of Moses, also an Acts series, and there's and more as well. They have a animated kids show and a few other things. So 5 and 2 Studios has quite a bit going on, and they're moving forward with the Joseph series as well. So it's good to hear rumblings of these new changes. As predicted, they are continuing with Amazon under the 5 and 2 banner as well. So Wonder Project is, of course, involved in many ways with some of these things because Dallas Jenkins and Wonder Project are kind of served together. Dallas on the board of Wonder Project as an executive producer. So he weighs in on a lot of things there, but he's not a producer or a production person there. He doesn't produce or direct for the Wonder Project. So I think he's an investor in many ways.
Is he going to be a producer director on Joseph of Egypt?
As far as I know, he's going to produce but not direct.
Okay.
So if it's always a possibility he could direct because he's proven himself as a great director, but also he's as far as I know, he's only signed on as like an executive producer or a producer on the show. So I have yet to check his IMDb on that, but I don't think there's any changes on the IMDb as of yet. So that's the story on Joseph of Egypt right now. There's development happening. That's exciting. And there's another story as well about the Wonder Project. And let's see if I can share that as well. So because it's with Wonder Project, it also ropes in Dallas Jenkins, even though Angel and Dallas Jenkins had a disagreement recently. So this is the press room of Angel Studios. Angel and Wonder Project joined forces to announce Young Washington. So this had been previously announced already at Angel. And of course, John Irwin was, I believe, the director, but I suppose he could be the producer. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Yes, it is. He is the director. John Irwin from Jesus Revolution and House of David is, the Irwin brothers are Wonder Project guys. This is exciting because it means that an Angel Studios project, Young Washington, which is directed by John Irwin, is also going to be joining forces with John Irwin's Wonder Project. I'm assuming to distribute. Let's see what it says here. Young Washington, helmed by John Irwin, is slated for a theatrical release July 4th weekend, 2026. That means it's literally 1 year from today to be released in theaters. Timed to the 250th anniversary of America's founding, no less. So that's pretty exciting. It'll be 250 years of America next year, this time next year. And it says, in an industry first, tickets are on sale 1 year in advance of theatrical release. That means that's right. Right now, you can buy tickets for John Irwin's Young Washington, which will come out to the day next year. Um,
Wow.
that's pretty exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what they say. July 2nd, this came out, which is just 2 days ago. In a novel collaboration, Angel Studios and Wonder Project have announced they are partnering to release the upcoming film Young Washington, set to debut in theaters nationwide on July 4th weekend, 2026. The film will be directed by John Irwin, Jesus Revolution, I Can Only Imagine, and House of David, and will begin filming later this summer. In an industry first, tickets are available for purchase 1 year in advance of the release date via Angel's revolutionary ticketing platform. Our shared commitment to inspirational, powerful storytelling made Young Washington an easy project to partner on with Wonder, said Jordan Harmon, president of Angel. George Washington helped shape our nation and so many of the American values we hold dear. I can't imagine a more meaningful way to celebrate America's 250th birthday than by watching this adaptation of such a pivotal period in his young life. Young Washington chronicles the origins of America's first president. After making a tremendous mistake that triggers the French and Indian War, an ambitious 22-year-old George Washington must face his failures and find the courage to become the leader that will forge a nation. So if you think you're the only failure out there, sometimes I think I am. But really, George Washington was a failure as well. Was he, though? No, he wasn't. He really helped guide our nation into, a revolutionary win. And we became a nation thanks to men like him. Back
Wow.
to the story here. I've dreamed of telling the powerful origin story of George Washington for nearly a decade. It's a story of a true pioneer, which makes it the perfect project to partner on with the pioneers at Angel and their world-class distribution network, said director John Irwin. Young Washington isn't just a film, it's a celebration of the American spirit and the miracle of the forging of our nation. At Wonder, innovation is at the heart of everything we do, not only in how we tell courageous stories that restore faith in things worth believing in, but also in how we engage with and serve our audience, said Kelly Merriman Hoogstraten, CEO of Wonder Project. We're proud to partner with Angel Studios in offering tickets for Young Washington a full year ahead of its release, giving families and communities across the country the opportunity to come together and experience this powerful celebration of America's first founder. Harmon continues, there hasn't been a film that I believe has done justice to George Washington's legacy. This film will change that. So that's great. That's exciting. And that's true. I don't think there's ever been a film that's done justice to his legacy. And when you read about his legacy, you're kind of shocked. The stuff he did. He's the guy that they say sharpshooters shot him, and then he never fell, and he found holes in his jacket, and there was no bullet in him. He was the guy who did these miraculous things. Obviously it was God preserving him. And then, even more miraculously, he was offered a sort of kingly position in our country, and he turned it down. So he kind of represents the spirit that our country was founded on, one that isn't about selfish ambition, but one that's about community and about love for American values and for our own beautiful destiny in God here, as opposed to the typical thing you see around the world where generals and dictators do whatever they want. So the statement here that we're a land of laws and not of men, that's about our rule of law. And that means we don't respect men here, we respect laws, which means you don't get any special benefits here as a ruler or as it's almost like a classless society. That's what that basically means. And lately, it feels like we've lost some of that. And, it feels like you can't prosecute people who do bad things lately. And this is not in the spirit of our country. You know, if you're a politician or somebody who does something wrong, you should not be above the law. So, you know, I think that's important to establish that equality here. And it gives you, I think that's what gives you respect for law, is that people just can't, you can't get away with defying the will of the people here. So there's a lot of ways that can be expressed. I think that George Washington really exemplified it, and his legacy exemplifies it as not someone who thinks he's better than everybody else, just because he served a great purpose in bringing independence to our nation. So I think he does have a great legacy, and much of it was his dignity, self-respect, enough to not seize power, right? And so he put his trust in God as the king and not in himself. That's exciting. So I have to say though, you know, Sight and Sound did a great job on Longfellow. And I'm hoping that young Washington does half a good a job as that film did in showing the period that we're talking about. So Sight and Sound did a great job on that. You know, I've never seen a period film coming from the Irwins like this, something of that period. So I don't know if they're going to kind of glossy it up too much, or if they're going to show it with all of its warts and all.
Yeah.
You know, historical um accuracy is important for these kinds of movies. So hopefully that will happen. We'll see. You can now buy tickets for this Angel film coming next Independence Day 2026. And so that's kind of an exciting thing to announce literally on Independence Day the previous year. Pretty cool.
Do you think that ticket sales will contribute to their budget, or not their budget, but contribute to their production costs?
Possibly. Who knows? Because they haven't even shot it yet. That's really exciting, isn't it? It's like you're literally able to buy a ticket before you even shoot 1 second of film.
It's kind of wild. And then it gives you an idea of your audience,
Yeah.
like
Well,
how
that's the
they,
kind of thing,
yeah,
it's the kind of amazing thing that crowdfunding platforms can do,
yeah,
where
exactly.
Hollywood really can't do that. Hollywood really, you know, they don't have the connection with their fans the way crowdfunding platforms do,
Right.
because it's literally the fans giving you approval to make something before you even made it. So that's pretty cool. Any other extra thoughts?
I don't know much at all about George Washington.
Yeah, it's a shame that we don't really, I mean, we barely even talk about him in school. To me, the history of these things is so important, and it can really give kids a leg up in understanding why our country is the way it is.
Well, I was informed about the very significant and important incident with the cherry tree.
Yes. Yes, cherry tree is such an important part of his history. Uh, that is a legend, yes. A legend about something, but the legend was the good thing about legends like that, even though they didn't literally happen, is that basically it's about how he was honest and said, yes, I chopped down the cherry tree. Sorry about that, Dad.
Yeah,
And so, you know, and obviously since we don't know if it's a literally historic thing, you know, I'm here saying it didn't happen. It's true that there's a chance it could have happened, because it's not like some magical thing in the story, right? It's something that a kid literally could have done But the idea was to tell you that George Washington was a moral, decent human being, even as a kid. So,
Yeah.
so I guess the idea is be like George Washington, right? But don't chop down cherry trees. That doesn't make it all okay, just to be honest about it. That does make me wonder if that story is going to end up in the movie.
Right. Or nods, like maybe a nod to it or something.
Yes, that I could see them doing that. Remember the cherry tree story?
Yeah. Or he's got like an axe in his hand and he like quickly puts it behind his back or something. I don't know.
Okay, now I take it back. I don't want them to do anything like that. I want them to take his story seriously. Seriously. No, that would be funny. This brings us to the main topic, world building in real life, which is happening at Cultural Warfare. I hope you enjoyed your week at Media Moses. Articles can be found on MediaMoses.com. Paid and unpaid subscriptions are available. Next up, of course, our main topic, world building in real life, over on Cultural Warfare with Jon Croft. Oh, that's me. See you in a minute as we transition over to that channel.